partners in some feedback.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, in this case, is that possible? Could you please point it out the attributes that you think you can identify what is happening, the activity is happening around you. So this is two parts. You have to identify who are you, where are you, and then you identify what's the activity happening around you.
Okay.
So is that possible from this data set? You can identify these two parts?
Yeah.
Could you please point out the attributes that you think you can answer these two questions, what I'm asking you? I'm trying to break down this question for you because you are setting a lot of questions that you need to address.
Yeah.
So
right.
let's say I'm going to set this, break this down for you, and you discuss with your partner if that's possible to answer. Okay, so for this part, the second part of the question, you need to identify who you are. That could be that is who. What's your definition of the you?
User.
So could be a prediction.
Yeah.
So how could you predict where the users are?
Use a GPS, the location.
That's a future information you need to collect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because currently with the data set you only have a limited number of users. So those users are not the audience of this sentence. So that's not defined by you. So this problematic statement, can you see my point? You are defining, is targeting to any audience who's reading this question. So you could predict with this one data set what's happening to whoever is reading this statement. Is that possible?
Oh, to show the, okay.
So I'm reading this data set.
Yeah.
I'm reading your statement.
Yeah.
But I'm not leaving it anywhere closer to the geographic coordinates in your data set.
Yeah.
Are you able to predict what's happening around me?
No, cannot.
Yeah, so then you are setting yourself in a trap with your problem statement. It's impossible for you to answer it.
Oh, so we must give the correct location area or something?
Set something that you could answer with limited data set.
Okay.
So that's the second part. I'm breaking the third part for you. What's happening around any other geographical coordinates? That's possible. That's a prediction question.
Yeah.
It's possible you can kind of predict what's happening around a range of geographic coordinates. That is possible. But another question is, how do you define what's happening? How do you define activities?
Just anything, because in that data set they have the last column, they have the information there, right? We just show this information.
So you have to do a clustering of what kind of activities are more often to happen. You have to do a clustering of what is the most frequently coordinates that hosts a lot of activities. Then you have to link them, to match them, to present it in a way to kind of predict. That is part. The third one actually is the possible one to make a prediction.
Okay.
But from what I break it down for you, you have around 5 to 6 questions you need to answer.
Oh, yeah.
From these statements.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's really broad, and you still have to do a lot of descriptive statements with this problem you want to address. So it's not really. You notice that Sora gives you like a singular version of problem instead of a plural or a singular problem statement. So he's only asking you to have one single problem statement, and with this one problem you're addressing, there could be some sub-statements, some prediction and which contributes to the statement that the problem you wanna address.
Yeah.
But if you are setting everything in your problem statement, it means you have to answer everything. And everything you need other statements and other predictions, other descriptive, and analysis to support yourself.
Okay.
So do you see the workload you are setting yourself with your
Yeah, I
teammate?
know. I got it. Yeah, so it's a big problem. So maybe I just focus one point.
Yes.
To it.
Which part do you want to predict? If you only want to predict the activity, then you have to think about a question. You can, for this part, you can have one statement of a problem statement which could have a prediction of who, the frequency of activity and who are the subjects of the activity and where the activity is happening.
Mm-hmm.
These are, for example, these are 3 sub-questions which could be contributive to one problem.
Okay.
And then you just think that one problem, what that problem could be, and then state it out.
Okay.
And when you're answering it, you are answering who are the users. Probably some, if there's age, I forgot if there's age in that or not. So you give a age analysis, and then you provide a geographic coordinates analysis, and what kind of activities more frequently hosted by each group, each age group, and then you can address to one single question, make a prediction based on this. So this step by step, and after all of this, you have one statement with one sentence. Don't be too complicated. So this is a little bit complex.
Yeah.
So you have to cover a lot of different perspectives. That is horrible for 2 people who work for 2 days.
Yeah, because there has another question behind. They have the like we need to make a data product, right? So this is the way what we want to produce the data product like this way. So yeah. So
in this way, so my suggestion is for the problem is make a clear statement. For first sentence, let us know what's your problem statement.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be detailed. You don't have to list it in detail in your report, but you can give some explanation. Yeah. But the detailed analysis should be in your final report.
Okay.
But you need to think about it, and you can give us a simple explanation of how you could address this problem in the near future, because that is where Sorab can give you feedback. Yeah. Like what I'm giving to you is my feedback towards this question. Yeah. So if you work it out, one prediction question in general, and then put it here, not too generalized, but one single statement of of the problem you're addressing, then give some explanation of the steps, the process, or an analysis, and some sub prediction you could make with data set. Make it realistic. Don't try to do anything that is impossible to finish. It's insane. All right. And if it's too much workload, Sorab will give you some suggestions. Cut it, or make it a little bit simpler. Otherwise, in this way, if you state this as a problem statement and then you couldn't address all of them, you're gonna lose a lot of marks.
Yeah, you're right. I got it.
It's not worth it. If you make a simple statement and you analyze it properly, you still get a high mark. Instead of covering a question which is too broad. Okay, got it. And then data analysis too, that's pretty fine. Yeah. And just keep going. Yeah. The most important part is the problem statement. And I'm going to talk about
GP minus 2.
Oh, okay. And then look. Amazon product. What kind of product?
Amazing, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Well, then you're trying to sell something. It can be used for a job. Okay. There is some misunderstanding about the data product. We want to.
Actually, we kind of understand what.
Okay. So it's actually really simple. If you are using RapidMiner, the data product is actually the process you're gonna use. Like for example, if you're sharing us with XML, we can import it with our software, and we can import some data points. Like for example, the same data or a simplified version of this data set, and we can produce the outcome which is similar to be addressed in your report. Actually, the process is your data product. It's not actually asking you to develop any new products in like solid product. No, it's not. We're just in RapidMiner, it probably this process
Okay.
that you designed. That's it.
We just photo capture.
No, it's not photo capture. You have to export it in XML or in RapidMiner file
Okay.
version. They have to submit it.
Oh.
If it's XML, it's easier to submit. It's fine.
Okay.
And because screenshot, we cannot do anything with a screenshot.
Okay.
But because screenshot, we cannot see your parameters.
But I mean, just for report, this part I just
in the report you can visualize it.
Yeah.
You can just show the visualization of some
the
of the
results.
functions.
Okay.
But you have to like kind of export your process and let us have the process so we can run it in the software.
Yeah.
So this is the product you produced, this process. So we can use your process to do the analysis, import the data set, and produce the outcome.
Okay.
That's what we require.
This is product.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be fine. Just data cleaning, data preparation.
Yeah.
Just give because it's a text mining.
Yeah.
So your text mining should be focused. Let me have a look. Actually, yours is text. There shouldn't be any outliners. This analysis is based on numeric or other Excel file data set, but yours is text mining. So have another read of the text mining lecture slides and tutorial materials.
Okay, I will do it.
Try to rewrite it
Okay.
according to text mining to do the data preparation.
Sure.
Okay. Two parts. The second part is actually what I address for data products. So because there was some misunderstanding of the data products, so actually the second part is totally off the topic.
Yeah, this is I need to put there, right?
Yeah, that has to be rewrite, but with
like this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
This part has to be rewrite.
Oh yeah, sure. I will do that.
And let's keep going. So, and another question is here. It's the same. It doesn't really show any exploration of the specific data set you are going to deal with. This is too generalized. Okay, this doesn't show anything that as a proof that you already digged into the data set a little bit. It doesn't show anything.
So how can I prove that?
Okay, and this part is have a read of the data set. It's important because from these two parts, I don't know if you wrote it or your partner wrote it, your teammate.
Yeah, we do it together actually,
For partner. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who wrote it, but it doesn't seem like you were based on the data mining tutorial materials or lecture slides.
Yeah.
It's still based on the previous tutorials and lecture slides for data analysis. But you are doing the twist data set. So you need to have a look of the text mining related materials and have a look of what you could do with text mining.
Okay.
For this data set to do some exploration. It's totally different. You can still use linear regression and all the other algorithms for doing analysis, but there's a more important things that you could do for text mining.
Okay,
and this is not one of the main focus, but you need to show some evidence, like show some example or show some when you're applying one algorithm to this data set, show us a few sentences to let us know you actually read the data set.
Okay, I will try to fix that. Yeah.
Because we couldn't really see.
Yeah.
Evidence.
It's a draft, just
Yeah.
one
Okay.
version. So, okay, I will improve that.
Okay, so a little bit
Okay.
lot to work on.
Yeah, thank you so
Of
much.
course. Okay.